Hello everyone! We've become quite skilled at adding, subtracting, and multiplying polynomials. Now, we are ready to take on the next challenge, dividing polynomials. Just like with regular numbers, division is the opposite of multiplication, so we will be using some of what we already know to help us here. We will start by looking at how to divide polynomials by a monomial, then we'll move on to dividing by a binomial. There are rules in dividing polynomials. First one, we have polynomial by monomial. So to divide a polynomial by a monomial, simply divide each term of the polynomial by the given divisor. Let's try example number 1. Divide 6x cubed plus 9x squared minus 12x by 3x. Dividing a polynomial by a monomial is like splitting a pizza into equal slices, where each slice has a certain size and the pizza represents the polynomial. In this case, we're dividing each term of the polynomial by the monomial. First step is to write it as a fraction. It can be easier to visualize if you write the division as a fraction. Second step, we need to separate the terms. Split the fraction into individual terms, each divided by the monomial. Third step is to simplify each term. Now, simplify each fraction separately. Remember the rules of the exponents. When dividing terms with the same base, in this case we have x, you subtract the exponents. Last step is to combine the simplified terms. Put the simplified terms back together. Therefore, 6x cubed plus 9x squared minus 12x divided by 3x results to 2x squared plus 3x minus 4. The next rule in dividing polynomials is when dividing polynomial by a polynomial with more than one term. So here are the procedures. First one, you need to check the dividend and the divisor to see if they are in standard form. Second, set up the long division by writing the division symbol where the divisor is outside the division symbol and the dividend inside it. Third, you may now start the division process. And lastly, you can stop the cycle when the quotient or the answer has reached the constant term or the exponent of the divisor is greater than the exponent of the dividend. Let's try to divide 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 by x plus 2. Think of it like long division with numbers. We are trying to figure out how many times x plus 2 fits into 2x squared plus 5x minus 3. First step is to set up the long division. Write the problem as a long division problem with the dividend 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 inside the division symbol and the divisor x plus 2 outside. Second, divide the leading terms. Focus on the leading term of the dividend, which is 2x squared, and the leading term of the divisor, which is x. Let's ask ourselves, what do I need to multiply x by to get 2x squared? The answer is 2x. Write 2x above the division symbol aligned with the x term. Third step is to multiply. Multiply the 2x by the entire divisor, x plus 2. So 2x multiplied by x plus 2, we have 2x squared plus 4x. Write the result underneath the dividend aligning like terms. Fourth step is to subtract. Subtract the expression you just wrote, which is 2x squared plus 4x, from the corresponding terms in the dividend, which is 2x squared plus 5x. Be careful with the signs. It is helpful to think of it as adding the opposite. So 2x squared plus 5x minus 2x squared plus 4x is equal to x. Bring down the next term from the dividend, which is negative 3. So our last step is to repeat the process. Now, focus on the new leading term, x, and leading term of the divisor, x. Let's ask ourselves, what do I need to multiply x by to get x? The answer is 1. Write positive 1 above the division symbol after the 2x. Multiply the 1 by the entire divisor x plus 2 to get x plus 2. Write the result x plus 2 underneath the x minus 3. Then subtract it to have negative 5. So, the result negative 5 is the remainder. Since the degree of negative 5, which is 0, is less than the degree of x plus 2, which is 1, we can no longer divide it. Write the remainder as a fraction over the original divisor. So the result of the division is 2x plus 1 minus 5 over x plus 2.